Well, I'm the government liaison and the safety officer. The government liaison is fairly easy to describe. Good morning, X-Corps Aerospace, the government. One moment, please. Randall, phone. The safety officer job is a little harder to describe because I am not the guy that walks around with a clipboard looking for OSHA violations. That's a different model. That's the accident prevention model of safety assurance. We use the safe operations model. My job is to make sure that we fly safely. If we have an accident, I failed. If we don't fly because we're doing too much safety stuff, then I've also failed. It's a difficult model to use. You need 100% buy-in from everybody on the crew. One of the nice things about being out in the middle of nowhere making history is that everybody's self-selected and you can get 100% buy-in from the crew. And if anybody doesn't fit in, off they go. And so far, it's worked. 66 flights, no accidents.
How long have you worked with X-Corps?
Let's see, today's the 13th. 8 years and 9 days.
8 years and 9 days?
Yeah.
So you worked on the racing rocket?
The X-Racer, yes. I had flight 13. They said that was on purpose, but in fact I asked for a bump so that my girlfriend could come up and see the flight. And the VP who was doing the crew roster, she said, well, you might get 2 or 3 bumps. You know, it's just going to be a couple of days. And I said, well, it's not like we're not going to fly again. So it just wasn't a big deal. And as it turns out, my girlfriend was able to make it up on Friday, and we scrubbed for weather. That happens.
How many employees are currently employed?
Oh, gosh. 22, 3, somewhere in there.
Everybody wears, I understand, everybody wears multiple hats.
Pretty much. I'm also the janitor. I clean the cat box. I have 3 cats at home, so, you know, it's no big deal to me.
What do you find attractive about Space Up?
Well, boy, that's really difficult to describe to somebody who hasn't been to one, which is the problem I had with my boss last year. I know. That's the problem I had with my boss last year. He didn't approve the expense in advance because he said, what's a Space Up? I don't know if this is going to be worth any money to the company, and it turns out that it was. I made a number of really good contacts, so I was able to get paid to come. But it's, you go to a typical big space conference, and most of what's interesting that happens is in the hallways. And at Space Up, the hallways are moved into rooms. That's the format. And nobody knows what they're going to talk about until they show up. It's fun. It's just, it's almost not organized. It's organized just enough to be productive, and it's still fun. There's a lot of interesting ideas for alternative access. John Hunter was here talking about the gas gun. I saw that posted on the grid, and I thought, come on, the only people that can talk knowledgeably about gas guns is John Hunter, and he's not here. Well, he is. There's another guy who's talking about levitating a maglev tube 20 kilometers into the air and shooting manned vehicles out of it at 8 kilometers per second. And I told him, no, you need to really take it up to 60 kilometers, 20 is too low. There's all kinds of ideas like that floating around here. It's just great. And if you go to other conferences, AIAA, ASDC, you'll never hear about these. You know, you'll hear about the latest thing from Ares or Constellation or Liberty, which is fun.